Hello there. Today I'm here with The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. It's a short poem by full of meaning, and this is the idea promoted by Robert Frost's poetry. His poetry doesn't have any issues with diction or with language. Its language is available, but the issue of sense making and meaning making is problem, or the ambiguity in his poem is considered to be the problem. Anyway, today I'm also getting some help from Vivian Menker's beautiful paintings of this poem. Menker considers the poem as an instance of children's literature, so it shows. She has painted actually pictures related to a child searching for some autumn leaves. So let's go to the text of the poem. After reading the text of the poem, I will discuss symbolism in this poem and the function of symbol as a literary technique used by Frost here and how this symbol maybe adds up to the ambiguity of the poem. So these are the topics of discussion, and also this is the painting. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and Sarya could not travel both. And be one traveller longer stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So he's looking at the two roads, and as far as his eye could see, he's just checking out and exploring how these two ways may end up. And what he can see at the moment is just the undergrowth. So he cannot see the end of each road. Whether they are blocked or they move actually to another road is not known. So we have that child maybe in that book by Menker, who was standing on the verge of these two roads. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as far that the passing there had warned them really about the same. At first glance, the second road seems to be less traveled by, but as he checks on, he comes to the conclusion that no, they're not that much different from one another. So, in his view, in the speaker's view, the two roads have the equal share or the equal claim, and this makes it difficult for him to choose. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I could ever come back. So finally, he has his choice, the second one, and he says, "Okay, I will do it later. I will check the first one later, like what we do in life." But he knows that as it is the case in life, when we choose, when we opt for something, that there are other options coming along, so we cannot come back to the first point, to the original point we started our journey in life. So we make sometimes life changing decisions, and we can never come back to the original point, and we have to follow, or we have actually we are actually under the consequence or the effect of the first cause, which is our first decision. For example, I will study this major field, or I will start this job. So when we make such a big decision, turning back and starting anew is not an easy task, because there are other roads in our way. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged, and a wood and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. So he had his way, his decision, and he says maybe I will be someday not that much satisfied with the decision I made. I may reject my first idea or my first option, but there are no ways back. So I don't know whether I will regret this or not, but I'm choosing it. I'm happy with it. But about the future, none of us know. But as you see, the ending of the poem doesn't give us that sense of the ending that okay, you had chosen that road, and at the end of the day, everything will end up happily. There are some doubts about the choice he's making, and we can say that more or less all of us experience such doubts, and we know how these doubts can make our way towards the future. So let's go to the second part of our argument, symbol. A symbol is generally defined as something which actually emblematizes something else, gives embodiment to something else. So in the road not taken, we must interpret the speaker's choice of road as a symbol for any choice in life between alternatives that appear almost equally attractive but will result through the years in a large difference in the kind of experience one knows. But by the way, we cannot reject the first idea that this is just a child searching for some leaves for his autumn album or something. So both of the options, both of the ways of interpretation are correct. And we have a kind of, let's say, allegorical reading or symbolic reading of the choice. It can be any choice in life, any big decisions we're going to make in life, or a short one, small one concerning our everyday experiences. So, for the sake of clarification, let me just distinguish between image, metaphor, and symbol. An image is an image means only what it is. It's a mirror image, a reflection of the real life or any objects, any ideas. A metaphor means something other than what it is. For example, when you call your love, you're my red rose, you're actually calling her something she's not in originality. She's not a flower. Or when you say that you're my sun, it means that sun S-U-N, I mean that you're shining. You're the sun in my life. You're shining, but you're not actually the sun in the sky. So you don't mean that. A metaphor always is a replacement. You replace something with something else uh, instead of something else in place. And symbol means what it is. It's like an image and something more too. So a symbol is a combination of an image and a metaphor, therefore, technically speaking, more complicated. And let's have examples. For example, image can be like this. A shaggy brown dog was rubbing its back against a white fence. So it is just what it is. A metaphorical version of it can be some dirty dog stole my wallet in a party. It's not about an animal. It's about a human being who is just told a dirty dog a bad word, for example. And a symbol is like this. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Here, the old dog is a real animal and also an old human being. Both in old age are difficult to teach. So this is the case in the differences between the two. Uh, and that was my explanation. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in my next videos.